Are you ready? Are you?
Yes.
This is heavy friending. I'm friending you so hard. An alliance slowly forming like a boner in my heart. So if you wanna fucking friend me, better give me all you got. No, I don't take this lightly, cause it's heavy. Heavy friending.
There is an eagle flying. Yeah!
Hi, frienders. Welcome to Heavy Friending, Austin's #1 friendship-based podcast. I'm Laura Lee Bishop, and I'm here with my best friend. I left a pause for you.
Oh, hey, guys.
That.
A little bit of a delay. This is Joe in his home studio. Coming to you here.
Home studio. He just has a microphone, a USB mic that he plugs into his computer. I think you're probably sitting in your living room.
No, I'm in my bedroom. I have a really great setup. I just today set up a monitor, a giant monitor, and now it does feel like a studio.
Ooh. In your bedroom. I've never seen your bedroom.
I think you've seen it. You peeked in, but I think you were afraid to walk in.
I didn't peek in there. I don't think I peeked in there.
Well, did you ever use the bathroom?
I don't know if I used your bathroom, but I think I saw in there, but I'm not sure.
If you saw the bathroom,
then it's to the right, right?
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah. I can't remember. I'll just have to come back over one day.
Well, it's not safe.
Yeah. Come on over.
It's not safe. It's not safe.
It's safe.
Guys, this is a friendship-based podcast here in Austin, Texas. Laura and I did not know each other.
Nope.
That was 3 years ago. We didn't know each other. Our anniversary's coming up.
Oh.
And guys, we're close friends now.
We're best friends.
We're best friends.
We are. We're freaking best friends, man. I love it. I fucking love it. And I told you we would be. I fucking said it. I called it from day one.
I really don't like to rank friends, because when you say you have a best friend, that's what you're doing. You're saying I'm ranking my friends.
No, I'm putting you're in the top group of friends. You're in my top group of friends for sure.
So I'm not even your best friend?
In the whole world?
See, this is the problem. You shouldn't be ranking.
But
this hurts now.
Yeah, but I'm not ranking.
Yeah, in the whole world of people.
Okay, you're in my #1 group of friends in the whole world. Yeah.
See, but then how are we best friends?
But I don't have a bunch of people in that group. I don't have a bunch of people in that group, man. There's not that many people. Everything. I'm not going to name them off, but there's probably in my best friend group, there's probably definitely less than 10.
See, now this is different when you say my best friend group. You didn't say that. You said we're best friends. And now
let me say this.
We're in my best friend group, a group of people.
Yeah, but friendships are different. For example, Andrew and Ashley.
You always talk about Andrew and Ashley, and it's
they're two of my best friends, and I wouldn't put one over the other because they're two different friendships. They're two different people and two different friendships.
So you say, when you're talking to them, you say, "Oh, we're best friends." To each.
No, we are best friends. We are best friends.
Who me?
I would die for Andrew and Ashley.
Okay, and I'm in the same group.
You're in that group, but I don't know if I'd die for you. Because you wouldn't want me to die for you. You just wouldn't want me to. So that's why I wouldn't.
Well, they would want you to die. Interesting.
I say that to John. I say that to John all the time. I'm like, I would die for my sister. I'm like, I wouldn't die for you because I know you would not want me to.
Yeah, this is interesting that you.
He wouldn't. John wouldn't want me to die for him though. He wouldn't.
So in this scenario, you're dying and then I get to live?
If I died for you, yeah.
That's what that means. So then I have to live knowing that you died.
That I died for you, yeah.
And you could have lived a longer life.
Yes.
But as a result, So would I want that on my conscience?
Not just that. You would want me to live a full, beautiful life because you care about me. And I know you don't say this out loud because you have a problem expressing your emotions. We say this all the time, but I know that you do love me. And so you love me and care about me, so you wouldn't want me to die.
I think it would be hard to live knowing that someone died for you. Like
See,
knowing
what you're
that,
doing is you're making it. What you're doing is you're making it general, and you're taking off.
No, that is what I'm
it.
saying though. I am making it general because that's how I feel. I think that's the biggest thing for me. I actually it's like a joke in my head. Like I want to bring it up on dating apps sometimes, but I know it would be horribly inappropriate.
I mean, I feel like it already.
I want to be like, hey, we can date seriously and we can even get married, but you have to promise to outlive me. You can't die before me.
Yeah, don't put that on your.
Because I feel like if I loved someone and married someone and we lived together for years and years and years, and then they died, it would just be horrible. It would.
I'm going to have to email my therapist after this, by the way. This is the whole reason I go to therapy.
Well,
I literally at night cry. I look at John and he's asleep and I cry, little soft tears. And I'll look up at the ceiling and go, don't take him away from me.
Yeah. I think that would be the hardest thing. So I would much rather die first. Honestly,
I definitely would not want to outlive John or my sister. No way. I wouldn't want to be on this earth if they weren't on this planet. I just couldn't live. And my mom, but I know that's not I know that that's the circle of life, but obviously I do go to therapy to talk about my mom's death. That's the majority of, that's the reason I started therapy and the majority of what I talk about in therapy. So, it's just, I was thinking about it today. It's just fucking life, man. It's hard. It's just hard not to know what happens and to love people and lose them. And
see, actually, you texted me about, you said I should get a pet.
I think you should. Yeah.
And I said to you, I think I need to go to therapy first. And the reason I said that was because when my, past dog, my childhood dog died, it was the saddest, hardest day of my life. And I'm like, I don't even want to open myself up to loving another animal. And I think partly, honestly, I think it's a little bit with dating too, where it's I mean, sometimes it's not death. Well, it hasn't been death with me so far. It's just breakups, but it's been so hard sometimes. And you're like, I don't even want to open up anymore because it's easier just to be closed off.
Yeah.
And
I know, I know you've been through some stuff in your life but I do think about sometimes, I think about people like you and I worry about, just because I've lost so many people. And especially from a young age that death has become such a part of my life. I worry about people who haven't really felt that yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How it will be for them. And especially when they've gone so long, you know what I mean?
Well, I think that's part of my problem is I don't think I've necessarily had, I mean, certainly not comparable to you, but I haven't had too much death, of really close people. So I am worried because I've been really, torn up about a childhood dog.
Well, that's probably another reason to get a dog is because those things teach you too.
Teach me how to handle the death.
Yeah. They teach you how to handle it. Yeah. Because also, part of life.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with a dead dog's body. I don't want to have a dead dog's body. I what am I doing with that? I don't want to touch it. Right. I've
never experienced that part of an animal dying whenever a pet of mine has passed. I haven't had to deal with the remains. I will say I do cry and I could start crying right now, every day about Ruger. I love that animal so much.
Yeah.
But I will say this, I would 100% deal with his death and that I got to know him and have him as my pet. The whole better to have loved and lost than never loved at all.
That's
my voice is I'm choking up.
I noticed. But that's I try to, I'm like, is it better to have loved and lost?
It is.
Or is it better to just have never loved?
No, it's better to have loved and lost. It's so painful, but there's just nothing in the world like it, And I'm going to tell you, you are the perfect candidate for a pet. And I think you would be a great pet owner. And especially now with the way things are, I think it would be good for you to have a pet. Because I know you said you need to go to therapy first. And what did I respond?
I don't remember. I was just
a dog is therapy.
Oh, a dog will solve all my problems.
Therapy.
See, then
no,
then
a dog
when the
won't
dog
solve all your problems,
then when the dog dies, then you're like, fuck, I need a new therapist.
Well, there you go. You get another one. A dog won't solve all your problems, but I will tell you right now, my dog. It sounds stupid. It really does. And please, listeners, understand. I'm not talking about some little shit. I have lost people and I have dealt with some really fucked up shit in my life. So I'm not just like, oh, it helped me through this like dumb thing. No, my dog really has been was beneficial to me through some really traumatic stuff. Because I know that they're not as smart as humans, but they're very perceptive.
They are.
And that's how they survive, is by looking at you and perceiving what that's their whole existence, is trying to figure out what you're going to do, because their whole life depends on whether you feed them or when you let them out, when you give them water and all that kind of stuff and give them affection. And so they are paying attention to you and they pick up on what's going on with you and they respond to what's going on with you. And a lot of times my dog has helped me, like for real. I'm not kidding. So I do think it would be good. And this is heavy friending, and this is the stuff we talk about.
Guys,
okay?
This is a comedy podcast.
I hope you're laughing.
It's all chuckles from here on out. And you should have been laughing while we were talking about death, because
I hope you were.
It's all you can do is laugh at it.
If you weren't laughing, you don't get it. You don't get death yet. Okay. And you may want to figure it out soon.
I do find comfort whenever and if you guys listeners feel the similar way about death and you think about it. Like I remember reading about different people who I admired that also like were thinking about death all the time. Like a lot of comedians actually do think about death a lot. And I do think that's partly why they get into comedy, is they're trying to just laugh the pain away. And that's what this podcast is all about, folks.
Yeah. That's all you can do, man.
Okay.
All right.
We got a great show today.
Yeah. I'm excited about it because I don't know the thing that I'm going to hear. You know what I'm saying?
I love how you phrase that. I think it was smart.
Well, I didn't want to say what it was yet because I didn't know if you had some big reveal coming, but like.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Just keep being vague about it.
Yeah. So okay. I don't know what it is I'm going to hear, and I don't know how I'm going to respond, and I don't know like who it is or what it is or how.
I feel like saying who was too specific.
Or when.
I think you should say person, place, or thing.
Well, I don't know what person, place, or thing it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's better.
Okay.
But we've been trumpeting this for at least probably 3 weeks now, but we have a hotline. And this is done at taxpayer expense.
Fuck, I need to make a jingle, a hotline jingle.
Oh, that would be really helpful. Because it's hard to, do you remember the number? I don't remember it.
I have no idea what it is.
It's 213-394-9214.
I'll make a jingle for it. I will. Once I finish the vocals for this last song, I'll make a hotline jingle.
Well, I could do it right now.
For the next few weeks.
I can do it right now.
No, I'll make a good one.
I'll
make a good one.
Like a lot of memorable phone numbers I remember because of jingles.
8675309.
I don't think
is that our number?
I don't think that qualifies as a jingle. I would call
my number is 69696969. How many numbers is this?
I guess I also wouldn't call what you're doing a jingle. You're just saying
6969.
You're just saying
6969. 69696969.
Okay.
That was a jingle.
So I'll do the jingle right now.
Well, you can do it right now, but that won't be the jingle that I make for sure.
There's a jingle in Chicago for Luna. I think it's funny. I know the number, but I don't really know the business, but I think it's for like carpets or something. And it goes 773-202 bleep, bleep, bloop, bloop. And that's typing in the phone. And then they go, Luna. So our jingle is going to go like this. 213-394-9214. Call.
That's not a good jingle.
So that's the permanent jingle. And thank you. That's the number. So feel free to call. We're taking, honestly, at this point, we'll take anything. Do you need help? We're a lifeline for you. You want to talk about death or your dog or your dead dog? We're your therapists now. Because
we also
your dog
talk about
is dead.
Abortions on this podcast.
Yeah, we only talk about abortions on the bonus episode of this podcast.
Yeah, just and to be able to hear those bonus episodes, you have to become a patron. And in order to do that, you go to patreon.com/heavyfriending. Of course, some people out there, they're going to go, whoa. You just said a website and I didn't hear www. Oh, whoa. I didn't hear http:// or whatever the fuck it is. You ain't got to type that in, yo boomer. Just type in patreon.com/heavyfriending and you're going to become a patron and you're going to donate some money and you're going to get these bonus episodes where we talk all about abortion and our opinions on them.
It's really a barrel of laughs. You thought the start of the show was fun. Just imagine cult leaders and abortions. And actually, I talked about a secret project involving me and my underwear. So, if that's not worth the price of Patreon
admission,
you could do $1, couldn't you?
I think so. I think it's any amount of money.
Yeah.
But
so
don't be a fucking cheap prick. Don't be a dick. That's a dick move. I'm just going to be honest. Give us $1 if that's all you're going to. Honestly, if everyone just give $1, that would be great. But if you just give $1, just know we're going to think you're a dick. Okay.
I don't really care. That's just Laura. Care. I honestly don't care. That's $12 a year. So
that's so fucked up. If you listen to this podcast religiously, first of all, if you're listening to this podcast religiously and you haven't become a patron yet, you need to think about yourself. You need to go look in the mirror, okay? Because we're entertaining you weekly.
Again, I don't necessarily subscribe to what she's saying.
It would be one thing if we were a huge podcast, if we were Mark Maron and we had like a shit ton of money coming in. We have no money coming in and you're listening to us every week and you don't even donate anything to us. You need to think about yourself. Okay. You just need to, saying, think about yourself. That's
only half of the heavy friending team.
Bitch, I got my mojo back. You see me offending people right out of the gate? Oh,
good. Okay.
The mojo is here.
I think that's what happens when you get your mojo back. Then I have to be the mediator.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, our phone number again, 21339.
Totally different. See, that's why it's not a good jingle because you couldn't even remember what you did.
14. Guys, call, leave a message. You don't have to speak to anyone. I think that's the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm.
You can be anonymous. Of course, we will have your phone number.
So you could do *667.
Call you back.
You could do *67 before you call.
Oh, would that work?
We won't. I think it would work. You want to see if it works?
No, I don't care.
Okay. Well,
I'm just saying.
I just wanted to. I'm just saying if you wanted to call and say "fuck you."
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be actually fun, honestly.
If you want to call and say "fuck you," I'm not a fucking dick because I listen to your fucking podcast every single week and I have spent hours and hours listening to it, and you've entertained me and got me through some really tough times in my life, and I never gave you a single red cent.
See, I think if we're gonna have a hate mail, if we're gonna encourage hate voicemails, we should maybe set up an entirely different phone number for that because that might overfill the voicemail inbox.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Or actually specifically the Laura hate mail.
Whatever. Voicemail. Fucking come at me, bro. I don't fucking care.
Okay.
I have nothing.
Our first, well, let's just get to our first one. We did, we should say we answered, I think, a couple of these on a bonus episode. So we have gone through some of these.
Well, there was only one and then there was a
I'm just saying if you left a message and you didn't hear yourself, then it's probably in the bonus episode.
Yeah. But I think you've heard it because I think you're a patron.
Okay.
Thanks for not being a dick.
Okay. Anyway, let's listen to this message.
Okay.
Hi, Heavy Friending. My name is Ben Coffin. Longtime friend of Laura, longtime fan of Joe. So yes, you have a barnacle here reaching out for some advice. And it's obvious to me that there's a pretty high level of artistry and musical talent on this podcast. Karaoke episode's one of my favorites. So I wanted to ask what your advice would be to our young up-and-coming musicians as far as publishing their first song. And if it's not obvious, this question is directed at Joe, the creator of the hot dog song. Thanks.
Well,
oh my God. I honestly am not kidding when I say that I could start crying right now.
why is that?
I love Ben. I'm literally crying. I'm like tearing up. I haven't heard his voice in a long time. We went to high school together.
Wow, you're really crying. What the hell is this episode?
He's just a great person. I just love him.
Okay, well,
and I haven't.
I feel like, you're just, he asked me a question. Now you're talking a lot.
Okay, I'll let you take it from here, I guess.
Okay, so he wants to know, advice for up and coming musicians. And I think that's a great question for me because yes, I wrote the hot dog song. I've written musicals. I watch musicals. I watch Fiddler on the Roof
with
and Hamilton
with Laser Wolf,
Tevye and Laser Wolf
and
Zeidel.
There's another one, Zeidel.
So I get it, and thank you for the question. I would say for new musicians just coming out, I would say first of all, what is your aesthetic? Because a lot of people will say, well, maybe you should work on the crafting of the songs and the layering of instrumentation for your album and your recording. But I would say, what's your look? What font are you going to use? There's a website I use, and it's called you go to www.defont.com. Actually, yeah,
hell yeah, they got a lot of fonts on there.
They got so many fonts. You could search for a font. I would say, make sure you tap the or click whatever. If you're on the phone, you would tap, obviously, but you would click the 100% free tab so that you don't get into copyright troubles when you blow up as a musician. But they have a lot of great font choices, and then obviously the color of the font. What kind of hairstyle? Because I think that's the thing about the Beatles that a lot of people forget is that they were known for their haircuts first and foremost. And without those haircuts, do you think we'd be saying the famous names of Paul McCartney and George Harrison and
John
and Ringo and Pete Best,
Peter and
of course George R.R. Martin,
the famous
the man. A lot of people said he was like the fifth Beatle.
I'm going to answer this actually seriously.
I wasn't done, but I'll let you go.
Yeah. I would say that my advice would be it's okay to not know who you are yet. And it's okay to figure that out along the way. And I think a lot of times people say stuff like, you want whatever you put out to be perfect and this, that, and other. No, put it out into the world. And it's okay to change and later not like it or be different than you were before. It's an evolution. Being an artist is an evolution. You're going to put stuff out and then look back on it and go, oh my God. Or maybe have fond memories. I just think, the best way to grow is to share your work and see what people think and get responses from it and just keep exploring who you are as an artist. And, you're not going to, when you first start, you are not going to know who you are unless someone's told you who you are. And that's not a real artist. So it will take you a long time to find your real voice and find your real sound. But, the journey is just like, there's nothing in the world like it.
Yeah. And I think just to echo that, using me as an example, the difference between Hot Dog Song and Quandror,
oh wow,
is like light years, literally, because Quandror takes place in space, and Hot Dog Song was here on Earth. So,
right,
I think I agree with what Laura was saying, but hopefully, when I personalized it to me, it made more sense.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So. And Ben, I love you so much, and
why did you cry? I feel like you cried.
I did. Because it's a long story. I haven't seen Ben in a long time, and we grew up together. We were best friends, and then he moved away when we were in high school, and I didn't get to see. It was just, I just missed the guy.
Well, Ben, if you want to call back and react to
We had some good times.
Laura crying, or maybe, share some more insight into why you think she cried.
He knows why I cried. Dude, you know why I cried. I have really strong friendships with people and they mean a lot to me. Okay.
Now you're yelling at me. So.
This is heavy friending. Well, that's why I'm yelling at you. It's because it's like you don't even understand the concept of this fucking podcast sometimes. Okay. Why would she cry over a friendship? Says the host of Heavy Friending. And we claim to be Austin's #1 friendship-based podcast. And we have competition out there coming for us, Joe. And it's not the time for you to not know. Okay. Wow. What a great question that was. I love it.
This has been like a roller coaster. This episode is insane.
I love that. No, this is what I mean is we are back. Boy, we're back.
Thank you, Ben. You really helped us out here.
You did. Thank you.
Okay. Here's another one.
So I was just wondering, what is your advice for going to work with a bunch of redneck conservative dumbasses and not wanting to get fired so you can keep your job and just trying to keep your mouth shut? I mean, are there any other options? And that's pretty much it. Love you guys.
Okay, I'm not going to say who that is because of the question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We'll just going to say. Should we alter the voice in editing?
No. But I'm going to say I know who this person is.
Okay.
Okay. Very well. Okay?
I think we all know. I think most people know who this is.
How? How would they know?
I have a feeling.
You mean based on the attitude? It's almost like a similar sort of attitude.
I don't know. I wasn't saying that.
Well, I've given this person advice on the same thing before, I think.
Oh, so then it's my turn. So here.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, she would probably rather hear from you.
Well,
or he, or they.
I want to hear what I want to hear what you would say. But I mean, I think the thing is the workplace is hard, right? Because you sometimes you have to be more professional than the people who are supposed to also be as professional.
Oh my God.
Especially if they're in leadership positions or even if they're not, I guess sometimes people are just very unprofessional at work.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think it's weird because I think I've mostly worked in places where the people I've worked with have agreed with my political beliefs for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't necessarily had to deal with this firsthand. But I guess, my policy is always go to HR and tell them that they should be fired because they did something inappropriate. And then if they ask for specifics, say, I'd rather not talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's a good one.
What are you going to go to? Are you going to go to court? You're going to say, no, I refuse to talk about what this person did to me, but it was a violation. And is that a lie? That's actually not a lie because in a sense, they violated you with their backwards thinking on political issues.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And a good thing to say is, who are you going to believe? Who are you going to believe?
Yeah.
Who are you going to believe? Like that. And a lot of times when you say it that way, it makes people be like, oh, I guess you know?
Yeah. And I think if you're shrieking, say the same thing over and over again, but start shrieking it more and more, and then have a little bit of like a little bit of foam forming in the corner of your mouth.
Oh, I don't know.
And they'll be like, this is a woman or man who's been through something and she couldn't make this up. She's got that foam that wouldn't develop unprompted. She must have been really harmed by this individual. Why don't you do an acting kind of exercise? Because I know you don't like to do characters and stuff. This maybe, get you a little out of your comfort zone. Maybe you do kind of a reenactment or an enactment of what you mean by the shrieking and just give us a taste of that. Well, here, okay.
Can you use who you're going to believe if you'd like.
Okay. Will you be the HR person?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Susan.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, Listen, you know the kids,
I'm
they're at
sorry,
it again.
Susan. I'm going to have to
excuse
cut
me,
you
please
off.
please don't cut me off because that's making me uncomfortable in my workplace.
Okay. I appreciate your openness. And speaking of openness, Susan, I have been violated in the workplace and I just need to out and say it.
Okay. Can you give me some specifics?
Well, all I can say specifically about this matter is that my coworker, Stephen.
Oh, Stephen.
Violated me.
Well, he's my husband, so
that's all I'm willing to say. Well,
that doesn't sound like him.
It's good that you know. I'm telling you.
I beg him to violate me.
Okay, Susan.
We haven't had sex it's been like 6 months.
Now I feel like you're violating me.
You said it was open.
I'm coming to you not as Susan, who is married to Stephen. I'm coming to you as Susan, who's the HR person for Stephen. And
okay, well, I'm the HR person over Stephen. And as Stephen's HR person, I'm just saying that doesn't sound like him because we haven't fucked in 6 months.
Yeah, maybe I wonder why, because he's violating other people.
So he tried to have sex with you?
He violated me. Again, I really don't want to get into it further.
Well, I'm going to need specifics or I can't make a report. So
what does your report say?
Well, I'm going to need to take photos of you. And I'm going to need to get really specific details about how Stephen tried to have sex with you.
Well, I mean, great. Let's go through it. Just, you have a questionnaire, it looks like. Why don't we go through those questions and I'll answer them.
Where did he touch you?
I won't say, but
Show me on the doll.
I'll just gesture generally here at this doll.
Okay, show me specifically on the doll. And for the listener, the doll is a full life-sized blow-up doll. Sex doll.
I'm just gonna, you see, now I'm moving my hand up and down the doll.
Is that what he did to you?
You asked me the question and this is what I did.
He touched you all over.
Great. Put it down. You see how I didn't say?
I'm laughing because he does. I know he wouldn't do that.
Listeners, I see how I didn't actually say anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not lying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, back to the scene.
I just thought you were going to shriek. That's the part that I wanted you to do, was the shrieking part.
I kind of forgot what the whole shrieking thing was.
Yeah, but, it's okay. It's okay. I want to give real advice, which is, and I've given this advice before, is I just laugh at those people. And I like to laugh. When I say laugh at them, I don't mean like in my head. I mean literally look at them and start laughing. And go, okay. Mm-hmm. And laugh. Because there's nothing, when you laugh, you're not giving them the reaction they want. Because these people that are saying and doing these things know, I have a sneaking suspicion, know your point of view on some things, and they want to get a reaction out of you. And they want to bother you. So I just think you should just fucking laugh. Like, okay, that's cute. Okay. And just ignore, because then they're not going to get what they want. And that's going to bother them even more. And then they're going to give up because it's pointless. It's futile. Okay.
Well, or they'll escalate,
Or they'll escalate. And that's when you do the shrieking thing.
That's true.
And you just start
then
screaming.
Got them. Yeah. Then
you start screaming. And you can scream anything. You can pick any phrase you want. You could scream our hotline phone number. Whatever you want to do.
The jingle.
Yeah. Let's hit that jingle, Joe.
That is the weird thing I think about the workplace is, like, sometimes even when you're like, right, like, I don't know if it's legal or illegal to, I guess it's probably not illegal to talk about your politics at work, but like even things like when workplaces have been in the wrong, it's still hard to like bring it up because you're like, I don't want this to be a thing. I don't want to, because there's been instances at work where I'm like, I don't even want to, like, it's annoying and I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to like make it into
go through the hassle. Yeah. Because this whole thing. But it is, to talk about politics at work, you can create a hostile work environment, especially if you're someone's superior and you are continually doing that. That is not okay.
But it is also hard when it is a superior. Because
it is. It's very hard.
Oh, well, this could affect our work relationship. So yeah, it's like, do I just suck it up
for future jobs and all kinds of things?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. The dynamics
fucking sucks.
are not good.
So listener who called in, random listener.
Good luck.
I just want to tell you, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you.
Okay. Let's hear this one. Oh wow, this one's a long one.
Is this the last one?
Well, sure, if you think so.
No, I just want to know.
Well, we'll see how we might have another.
Oh, we might have one for next time. Okay. Well, can you make it a little louder? Because I feel like it was really soft on Ben's.
There's no way to do that.
Okay.
Hopefully in the edit it will be properly.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Ben spoke softly.
Well, it's because he's so sweet.
All right. Here we go.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Laura. It's your old friend, Alex. I love the fact that you got the hotline. This is a great idea. I was listening to last episode, and I noticed that Joe was, talking about the barnacles and the Joe heads. And I was wondering, should Laura have her own little sect of fandom like Joe has, or is she comfortable with just the group, the friender group? I don't want Laura to feel left out because Joe has his own, like his groupies.
Allegedly.
I'm sure Laura's got her own groupies. Like they could be called the Laura Legions. I don't know. I was just thinking about that after listening to the episode yesterday. So if you could answer that question, that would make my day. Thanks, guys. Keep up the great work.
Oh my gosh. What a gem.
He has a very pleasant voice, doesn't he?
Oh my God. That person could host a podcast themselves.
Oh no. Just as long, okay, Alex, you can start a podcast. Just it better not be a friendship-based podcast.
Well, we already have enough of those in this town. Apparently, everybody's starting one now.
I don't even know where he's from. Should I see where his area code's from?
Well, sure. I just don't want to give any information about this person.
Okay.
I want to say.
I would not have guessed we had a listener here. But this says his area code, and there's at least 2 area codes in this state, so I'm not saying specifically which one, but it says it's Connecticut. Oh,
okay.
So that's great. I don't know if that's actually where this Alex is from, but cool.
Well, I want to say, first of all, thank you for your bravery. Because, with Joe and how he is with his fucking ego and stuff, it took a lot for you to ask that question. And it's taken me a long time to even be able to talk about this because it's always the barnacles, the Joe heads.
Didn't Ben say he was a barnacle? Oh, I love it. I love that people are using these terms.
It's because you have said it so many times. So now I agree. I need one too.
I think that's why you're hostile about my ego, quote unquote, because I think you're just mad that
ego.
I think you're mad that you don't have as catchy of a thing. Joe head is really cool. Barnacle is
so cool. Joe head is so cool.
Well, because what are you going to do?
Laura head?
Laura Legion, I see what he was doing.
I think Laura Legion is Laura's Legion. Laura Legion. I think that's amazing. I think that's a great name. And it also sounds strong. It sounds like a takeover. It sounds like the Legion would fucking take the barnacles and smash their fucking faces. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing.
It sounds like if there's a fight, y'all aren't going to win. You feel me?
The barnacles and the Joe heads are on the beach having a barbecue, playing volleyball. And the Legion shows up and they're like, we're going to fight you. And we're like, guys, chill out here. Have a Bud Light. And
then we take the Bud Light and we smash it over your fucking head, dude. That's not going to work on us.
Yeah. See, that's I would not even want to be in that culture, that, alt-right-esque Legion.
I don't like what you're doing right now. See what you're doing? No, what you're doing is it's very transparent what you're doing. What you're doing is you're trying to taint this name that I've been given. You're trying to taint it to where I can't use it. But fuck you. That's not going to work, man. That's not going to work, white, cisgendered, heterosexual male. That's not going to work today on me. Okay? Reclaiming my time. I would like to talk to Alex. And again, thank you so much for your question. I agree. I think I need a group too. And yeah, I get it. In my real life as a musician, I have a lot more fans than Joe has. So he needs to have the podcast to get an ego boost or whatever. I get that. So I have let him for now, 3 years, go on and on about the barnacles and the Joe heads.
3 years. I came up with it after. I didn't have it immediately.
Okay, so for 2 years, I've sat back and listened while he talked about the barnacles and the Joe heads. That did not exist until exactly 20 minutes ago.
But now people are self-identifying. Well, the people are self-identifying.
One person so far. So
okay, guys, feel free to call up and let us know if you're in this legion or if you're a barnacle
the Laura Legion
or a Joe head.
It's such a good name. I'm not even going to entertain any other names. Laura Legion is so good. I
like it in the sense that it really fits in seamlessly with Laura Lee.
And I like it because it's to me, it conjures images of like just being badass, like barnacle. That sounds like something you want to scrape off. It sounds like an unwanted growth, and legion. It's like a force, like we're coming for your fucking ass.
Don't downplay the barnacle, because a barnacle to hold on to the side of a ship in the ocean. I mean, imagine the strength of just a barnacle
there, really.
And
but doing nothing.
I am the ship guiding us through the mighty Pacific. No, and the barnacles are holding to me tightly with their incredible strength and courage. Really, it's brave to hold on to a ship when you could just hold on to the seafloor. And so, not only are they strong, they're brave, and they chose the right ship.
And so, Alex, as you can see, I did allow this to go on for too long. And you're right. I think I do feel left out. And I think that I am just as deserving as Joe of happiness. I'm just as deserving as Joe of respect. And so I'm now going to demand it, Joe. Okay.
This is sort of what I was getting at with
what?
This sort of leadership style. It's reminiscent of a certain commanding.
I feel like you have a sickness.
You have a sickness
because everything comes back to this for you, and it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder. Also, I'm just saying, it makes me wonder.
Comes back to what?
What kind of flag? What's the flag flying from your ship? That's what I want to know. Who's on this ship?
Okay, I'll tell you exactly.
And where is it? And what waters is it in? Because I'm getting ideas of what you are.
Okay, well, it's a teal background, and on it is a. Oh, you've never heard of teal as a background? I don't even understand.
Go ahead.
Teal background with an orange border, and in the middle it's a seashell. Okay. But the seashell has a smiley face. Because we're all about fun, that laid back attitude.
Okay, well, mine's a black flag.
It's almost like a cruise ship. It's like mine's a fun little
black
cruise ship.
Flag with a spread open vagina on it, a close up of a vulva. And it's not a drawing; it's an actual image that's been screen printed onto the flag, and it's mine.
It's your vagina.
It's a close up of my vagina. Yeah, that's what the Laura Legions fly. Okay. But it is interesting. You have a seashell, right? Kind of like a clam. Uh-huh. So there is a parallel there. That is interesting that we.
I thought you were. I didn't know what you were getting at. Here's the thing. I think it's fun to divide the listeners and have them choose favorites.
Definitely.
And I think the thing is, whether you're a Joe head or whether you're a barnacle
or a legion,
the key is that you have multiple options with me. And it's more fun with me. And choose whoever you like.
Oh, Joe likes to be the hero. Oh, Joe's the hero. Well, guess what? I don't mind being the villain. The villains have more fun. Go ahead and play with your fucking seashells and your clams. Fucking stank ass fucking bitch.
What the hell?
Alex, you're my new best friend. I really like you. You're great. Thank you for that. That was a great question.
I mean, Alex, I'm questioning Alex because now I feel like he didn't identify as a barnacle.
Well, I'm going to say there was a little bit, there was an undertone of that for sure.
Well, that's what I'm like, I'm sorry I complimented his voice because I think he was going to see how you reacted to his idea and then he was going to decide. Because if you would have been like, no, Legion, that's stupid. He might have become a Joe head or a barnacle.
Well, I want to say this, and this is, and I'll let you guys, kind of decide where you fall after I say this. But this is a perfect example. Is that Joe does try to divide, and Joe cares about Joe heads and barnacles. But guess what? I care about Laura's Legion, but I also care about Joe heads and barnacles.
No,
and I'm not gonna dislike you because you're a barnacle. Oh, really? Because I'm pretty sure someone called in today and said he was a barnacle, and I cried because I love him so much.
You
and I went on and on about how wonderful he is.
You cried because he pledged allegiance to me. That's why you cried. I
cried because how much I love him. And so that just shows you, and now he's going to lie.
Joe.
This is what they do is now he's going to lie. And this is all what he's going to do is try to gaslight me. And that's fine. I'm used to men. I'm used to white men gaslighting me, but that's okay. We're all used to that, right? Laura's Legion. We know.
Okay.
We know how it is.
Oh,
I'm going to annoy the shit out of you with this for the rest of the fucking show. And by show, I mean for years to come.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, I feel like we're not going to go to another call.
No. I think we're tapped out. But we have more. You guys keep calling in because I'd love to hear from you. Like, I love it. I love it so much. It makes me cry.
And during this troubled time, what do we just have each other, really.
Yeah.
And it's hard to connect, but this is a way you can connect. And then, I think we were actually pretty nice to all of our callers too, which I think maybe people might have been afraid of, that you would be mean to them because you sort of have that reputation, which is why a lot of people identify with the Joe head moniker. And
here he goes. So it's fine. We all know what you do. So we know know the playbook you use.
Either way.
It's a playbook a lot of people like you have used from World War II.
People were pleasantly surprised that you were nice.
Until now, our current president. So we know this playbook.
But it was a lot of fun. Thank you again. That number, it's easy to remember if you know the jingle. So I'll just repeat it here.
Okay.
Do 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 da da dee da do 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 do. 213394921 92114.
It's 213-394-9214. Give us a call.
It's in our Instagram bio. It's in the episode description.
Hell yeah. It's going to be in every episode description from now on because we want to hear from you. We want to get your phone calls. We don't have anything to talk about. We've said that openly. We're not doing anything. We're not going anywhere. We're not seeing people. And frankly, when I have seen people, the only thing I have to say is negative. Right. I went to Target the other day. I had to pick up something. This is the first time I've been in a store. I went to Target to pick up something and I left out of that Target thinking, I don't ever want to see another person again. I'm done.
Yep.
So
believe that. I believe that for sure. All
right. You know what? We're going to,
I believe
do you think we're closer or further apart after this episode?
Yeah, we'll have to bring that back. It's funny, you get some new people's voices on the show, and then it just really points out the differences here. That's funny though. Actually, yeah. Honestly, guys, a lot of these were like questions. They don't have to be questions. It could just be like, honestly, you could tell us about something interesting that happened to you today, or try and divide us further.
Don't call and tell us your dreams though. I don't really like that unless we're in the dream or unless it's like really good. Like, do not call and tell us a dream unless it's fucking going to blow our minds.
Okay. If I'm in the dream, I want to hear about it.
That's what I just said. Unless we're in it.
Oh, okay.
If we're in it, okay.
I wasn't listening. Yeah, I wasn't
Well,
listening.
there we go. See, guys, and so I'm not even going to go into it anymore with you, Joe. Thank you so much for listening to Heavy Friending. To all the barnacles and the Joe heads. I love you all. Thank you so much for
Sucking
listening,
up.
and of course, Laura's Legion coming in strong, blasting those barnacles off the ship. Boom, boom, boom. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This has been Heavy Friending, Austin's #1 friendship-based podcast. Fuck you. Fuck the Joe heads. Fuck the barnacles.
See, I knew it was fake.
Okay, Ben may be a barnacle, but he's a Legion for sure. #1, first and foremost. If the chips were down,
and maybe he'll call back and
he's
say,
loyal.
"Hey, I'm a Joe head, a barnacle, and a Legion, which would be 2 to 1." So,
well, then I guess I have to come up with another name.
yeah, good luck.
That's what you sound like.